Thank you, Chairman Alexander, Senator Murray, and distinguished committee members for the opportunity to speak today. My name is Rachelle Moore, and I am a National Board Certified teacher and a proud member of the National Education Association. I have been teaching first grade at Madrona K-8 in Seattle for the past 5 years. At Madrona, the majority of my students are minorities, lack early educational experiences, and live in poverty. I grew up wanting to be a teacher like my dad, who has been teaching high school arts for the past 35 years. I decided to follow my childhood dreams and become a teacher, hoping to close the achievement gaps and empower the youth of the future. No easy feat for sure. Every one of us supports the goal of student success and achievement. I would argue that those of us working directly in the field of education or in government shaping education policy have an even greater investment. And it begins with asking, what is success? What is achievement? We also need to consider the unique challenges and circumstances of each student's life. There is no way to measure the intangibles in a student's life. There is no average student. Each student is shaped by individual experiences, and those experiences must be taken into consideration when shaping policies geared towards improving student success. Research shows that teachers are the most important school-based influence on student learning. Accordingly, every student deserves to be taught by an excellent teacher. To ensure that this is the case, we must do a better job of preparing and retaining high-quality educators. And the best way to do that is to invest in the continuum that includes teacher induction, professional growth, and teacher leadership. I am pleased to say that unions, in conjunction with their school districts across the country, are working to enhance student learning with teacher induction programs based on the successful medical model. These programs pair novice teachers or residents with experienced teachers, mentors, for an entire year. Such programs not only strengthen the teacher pipeline, they also provide rich professional development for all teachers. For the past 2 years, I have been a mentor with the Seattle Teacher Residency, which is unique in that it is driven by teacher voices. The residency program was created by the Seattle Education Association, the University of Washington, the Alliance for Education, and Seattle Public Schools. This partnership identifies the unique needs of our district and makes sure that they are taking steps to support incoming teachers so that they can best serve our diverse population of students. A major goal of the residency is to keep participating residents in our school district in high-need schools for at least 5 years, thus providing continuity for our students in our schools. Novice teachers are often placed in high-need schools in communities that lack key resources, and as a result, where the students face many challenges. Back in 2010, I was one of 5 new hires in my school. I have seen more than a dozen K-8 teachers hired since then. In 5 years, we have retained just 3 of the teachers that I started with in 2010. Imagine how difficult it is to gain traction as a school and provide consistency for your students when each year you have to start fresh with a new batch of teachers. Imagine that half of those teachers have no prior teaching experience. Those are the realities in high-need schools like mine and why it is so important to create and expand teacher residency programs, including opportunities for mentoring, professional development, and leadership training. Last year, I mentored a novice teacher named Kristen. I shared my knowledge of first grade content with her, and I demonstrated how to manage a classroom, engage students in academic discourse, and modify my instruction based on student learning. I served as Kristen's coach, asking her questions and pushing her to reflect on teaching and learning. I made my decisions as a teacher visible by thinking aloud and providing reasoning for what I was doing. In a lesson, if Kristen was observing me, I would often press pause and engage her in a discussion about what was happening in the lesson and then what accommodations and adjustments I was making. Kristen now teaches kindergarten in a school with 7 of the 22 graduates from the Seattle Teacher Residency Program. The principals and her peer teachers who work with them rave about how well prepared they are. Students benefit greatly from this co-teaching model in which 2 teachers are committed to their success. The student-teacher ratio is lower, which allows us to differentiate instruction and spend more time working one-on-one with individual students. I'm hopeful that all parties here today will work together on ESEA reauthorization to ensure that all students have equal educational opportunities and to provide the necessary resources to support and retain great teachers. Ultimately, ESEA should invest in the continuum that includes teacher induction, professional growth, and teacher leadership. Professional learning opportunities are essential to keeping great teachers in the classroom and to helping them be data-driven to identify what their students have mastered, what they need help in, and what kinds of help they need. Teachers are as unique as the students they serve. We adjust our lessons to help our students learn, We see what works and we see what does not work. We develop relationships within our schools, our school districts, and our states to help formulate the most effective teaching and learning practices. We are the ones in direct contact with students day in and day out. We are the ones most invested in student success, and we are highly trained and committed professionals. Invest in us, trust and support us. Thank you for your time.